Good morning. Hope everybody's good and audio is working well. And we had technological problems last week, so I don't know that it was really an audio problem, but it seemed like everything worked out okay. I'm gonna make sure we're good. If somebody let me know, and we'll fix them. But welcome, I guess I would say, to the end of the month. And I have on my Hawaiian shirt for a reason you'll find out later. Let's just call it my summer shirt for the moment. How many of you kids are already out of school? And down here in Georgia, they're like getting out early this year. Anybody jump in there? Kids are out of school. House is wide open. My normal 7:30 to 3 time for building my business now is happening with kids. Might happen at the pool or anywhere. My wife says we have bad sound again. So, interesting. Okay, we'll have to maybe turn it down a little bit, and it appears to be working. Okay. But sound. Somebody give me some feedback here on how the sound is working. We can change microphones. We got a good 30 minutes here, and I don't want to sound like a Martian or a robot or distorted. So can somebody give me some feedback in the chat on the mic? Good now? Okay, my wife says it's good now. All right, so you all can listen to me. Hopefully it's okay. Good morning from Greensboro, Georgia. That's where I live. Oh, that's my daughter, Hope. Hope's on here, and guess what? Big news. Hope moved to the lake. She's like 5 minutes from us. It's amazing. Her and Clay, and they are adapting down here, so we're so excited. That was the last of our children to escape Atlanta and get out here where it's beautiful in the country, and so we're so excited. But anyway, we are focusing, and it'd be good to know, and I'm going to just watch how many of you are joining for the first time live, and maybe how many of you are joining for the first time at the end of the month. Maybe you've caught a training or you've caught a beginning of the month. We call that starting well. But right now, we've got 1 week left in May, and we're going to hunker down. And our motto, if you're just joining us, is that we know that urgency destroys procrastination. And we know people procrastinate. And we are in the middle of, to me, I don't know if you all feel this way, but it feels like it's the busiest month of the year. It almost feels like it's busier than December. I mean, with May, you've got Mother's Day, graduations, end of school stuff. You got high school graduations. I mean, there's kindergarten, 8th grade, high school graduations. There's graduations from everything. I think you can graduate from preschool now, too. And there are end of the year parties. And now Memorial Day hits this weekend. So May is a tough month. Any of you all have a tough time navigating May? I mean, it just seems like it is totally the busiest month of the year. It's crazy. So we're going to finish strong here. That's our goal. We're all about creating rhythms. We think we all function better when we've got some rhythm to what we do. And we're all about building an amazing paycheck for our families that creates residual income for us from our Juice Plus business. That's what it's all about. It's really all about, we're on a mission, yes, to inspire healthy living around the world, and get as many people flooding their bodies with fruits and vegetables with our Juice Plus essential products as we can. But you know what? When we joined this business, mine and Lori's mission was we wanted to stop trading hours for dollars. We did not see the life ahead of us, the family we wanted to build, the life we wanted to live, the things we wanted to do. It just didn't work if we were going to trade hours for dollars the rest of our life. And most of the people around me, why I wrote the book, Make a Life Not Just a Living, the key phrase there, most of the people around me built their lives and managed their time, and their lives were consumed with creating a paycheck, not creating a life. And whatever time was left over from creating a paycheck, maybe they got to use that to eat, sleep, and partially pick away at making a life. But we wanted to be fully prepared to make a life. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about finishing the month. Let's do a couple things before we get into the content that are consistent universal principles we want to have every month. And that is, you should today, tomorrow, sometime ASAP grab your data, your PVC report, your downline genealogy report, downline growth report, I'm sorry, that you get from the company, or that you can go into your MyJuice Plus or your virtual office and you can pull down that report. And that's a snapshot of where you are. Because remember, we were each supposed to have started this month with a coaching call with our mentor upline, one of those 5 people, one of the 5 employees you have in this business. And if you're just joining us, maybe you didn't know you have 5 employees. Yes, our compensation plan is paying at least 5 people above you to help you build your business. They're getting a bonus from the company to help you build your business. And they are in the game with you. They need to be. If they don't know you, you need to meet them. You need to connect with them. All the way at least to your upline national marketing director. If you've got a national marketing director that sponsored you, that's like a great mentor, experienced leader, maybe that's all you need. But you need to go up to your first line NMD and make sure you meet that person. So you should have kicked off the month with your big goals, your goals for the month, which we know we broke down into the micro goals of the 7 to 10 people that are on your team. Unless you're brand new, it would just be customers. But the 7 to 10 people that are on your team that have goals also, they have baby goals that make up your big goal. So you did that at the beginning of the month. Here we are 3 weeks into the month, and we want to finish what we started, okay? Finish what we started. Okay, so I need to turn the sound up. Let me just get a little feedback here, and I can turn it up a little bit. We were getting distortion before. Is that better or worse? Hope, can you comment? Is that my volume? Did my volume go up a little bit? If it went up a little bit, then that's good. I'm going to adjust volume as we go here on the fly. We're just doing this from the seat of our pants here. And we're going to make sure that we have everything we need so you can hear me. Okay? I hear people saying they can't hear. I just turned the volume up. Okay, Chris Reap says it sounds great. Okay, we're back. All right. So we're talking about making sure that we've done those micro calls that make up our bigger goals. And right now, it's end of the month, a week left. You want to go grab that data again, and you want to pull those resources. When we get off the Zoom call today, Facebook call, whatever we're on, when we disconnect, you need to reconnect with the person that helped you hold you accountable for your goals for the month. And then you need to reconnect with all the people on your team that have the micro goals that are making up your big goal. I know I'm doing this fast because we had a whole call about this. But here we are, a week left. And what I want all of us to be is I want us to be people who start what who finish what we started. I want us to not be people that procrastinate. And I'm going to bring back, I do have something amazing to share with you, but I'm trying to get us all back in the same place because I think some people felt like we were getting off into just training and we were losing the focus of our rhythm. No, the focus and the rhythm is the main thing. We have to close this month out strong to finish what we started because we wanted to grow our business, to grow our paycheck, and make each month incrementally better. Now, some are doing huge goals and are making this month drastically better than the month before. Some are taking baby steps. I'd love to see how many of you had big goals this month and how many of you had small goals. Okay? I hope, can you check the comments? Somebody's saying the video stream just ended. I don't think it did because I think we're okay. Somebody check that. So we got to make sure we finish. We're going to destroy procrastination. How do we do that? We roll up our sleeves and we decide right now, today, 7 days left in the month. I've got a week left. I am not going to join the rank and file, the average and below, that start things and just put off finishing them. Let me give you the best example that I learned from. How many of you can just do a thumbs up, how many of you put together a model airplane when you were a child? And your parents said, don't sniff the glue, it'll make you go crazy. You know, we had to use that glue that you couldn't sniff. Anybody remember those days? So we put together this model airplane, and I'll never forget, before my parents got divorced, one of the few things I remember doing with my dad is we got out a model airplane on the dining room table and we began to put it together. And it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, 1,000,000 pieces, right? Don't sniff the glue, put this thing together. We start putting pieces together, and all of a sudden, it's time for to go to a baseball game, or we're going to go do something outside. So we leave it on the table. We go do our thing, and 2 days later, Mom's saying, "Hey, we're going to have to use this table. Are y'all going to finish this? I've got to have my table back." We had not finished what we started. So we put it in a box and put it in the closet, thinking we're going to finish it later. Well, a year later, my mom no longer needs the table. Now she's cleaning out the closet. "Hey, there's this box with little airplane pieces in the top of the closet. Are you going to finish it, or I'm going to throw it away?" And that's a perfect example of starting something and we never finished. It ended up in the garbage can. And you know what? If you treat your business like that airplane hobby, guess what? It's going to pay you just like a hobby. So we have to finish what we started. That's the main thing to grow your paycheck, okay? So what you've got to gather all the things that haven't happened yet. You're going to get your data, your downline growth report. I call it a PVC report. That was the old name. I think the technical name in the subject line on the computer. Hope just texted me. Scratch loud mix mic. Scratch loud mic. Okay. Lord have mercy. We're going to have to fix this mic tray at some point. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, lose my train of thought. Technology is just an evil disaster when it doesn't work, isn't it? So many things in this world make us lose our train of thought and distract us. The devil is out to distract us from doing what's good. Unbelievable. So I'm going to stop for 1 second and read. Lisa Johnson says she lost sound. Have sound, haven't had video since I got on. Interesting. Okay. All right, here we go. I think we're okay. I'm going to keep going. So we've got to focus on figuring out where we are with that data. Grab a report today. Call those people. Let's see where you are, and let's agree right now. We're going to do whatever it takes to finish. Okay? We're going to do whatever it takes to finish. And it's different for each of us, but let's finish what we started. And what I want to relate this to, for a minute, if I can, I'm going to switch gears here on you, and I'm going to switch to a keynote presentation, and I want to talk to you a little bit about. We're calling this "Cultivating Your Relational Capital" today, because part of getting this rhythm is doing right things so that the rhythm becomes easier. Would you all not agree? If we can make things second nature, if we can get in a groove so that when we start every new month, we've gained ground the previous month, and we're now starting this new month easier than we started last month. So that's my goal, is number one, that you get in the habit of building these rhythms, starting well, finishing strong. But also that whatever month you jump into this with us and you decide you want to build that rhythm into your business, you want to use urgency to destroy procrastination, you want to make each month better than the next, you should be able to have your start of each additional month be better, because you've done things by not procrastinating and finishing what you started. You've got things in motion to make the next month start easier. And I'm going to explain that to you here in just a minute. Okay? So one of the things that when we're talking about relational capital that we have to realize is that sometimes the work's harder in the beginning. Sometimes I can totally relate to this, because when I leave this call today, I'm meeting my son-in-law to go to the farm to have some feed delivered for the deer, and I got to get on the tractor and do some things to break through the crusted soil, the hard part on top, so that things can be planted underneath. So when you're starting to plant and harvest and use your relational capital, one of the things that you have to realize is the beginning is harder than the finish, because you've got to break through the crust. Some of you on here, how many of you feel like you've not done a good job of planting seeds yet to build your team. Maybe you have with customers, but you've not done a good job of planting seeds to build your team, to get your 5 key people in place so that you can become a national marketing director and get those benefits and expense allowance and tuition reimbursement and things that you can have if you build a team. If you just build a customer base, you're going to have a part-time residual income. If you build a team, you're going to have your family have lifetime generation-changing income that builds that residual income. But most of us, I think everyone on here that's a national marketing director can go back and say, I started, but then there was that day that I decided I was really going to do this. And you took that 90, 120 days or 6 months, and you got the plow out and you broke through the crust so that you could get your seeds in the ground. Okay? So let's keep going here for a minute. Cultivating, one of the best definitions we could find was to prepare for the raising of crops, to foster the growth, to encourage. What a great description of what we're doing with people. In order to cultivate those relationships and build our team, there are things we have to do so that we can further the process, to encourage them, to foster growth, to raise crops, to create that harvest, to have those 5 legs we want in our business. Okay? So I'm going to give you another story. How many of you agree that whether you're taking this as a faith message and you're walking in faith with God every day, or you just know that there are timeless principles out there, how many of you believe some of these things that I've been teaching you from God's Word that apply to our business? Because I get excited about it. So here's another one today. I told you about the parable of the sower before, principle of sowing and reaping. Let's talk about, there's a parable about talents. And back in the scriptural story says there was a man who was the master, and he was leaving town, and he gave 3 people. To one he gave 1 talent, to one he gave 5 talents, to one he gave 10 talents. Okay? And he gave them that so that they would be responsible of this asset of his. So the first one buried a hole, put it in the ground. He said, I've got something that's valuable. I'm going to protect it and bury it in the ground. The one that had 5 put that to use, and the one that had 10 put that to use. When the master returned, the one that had 5 and 10 had more than doubled what he gave them. And the one that had 5 was so excited because he was digging it up. Hey, look what I got. Nobody stole it. I protected it. Nobody took it. I hid it and kept it safe. And he called him foolish. And he told the one that had the 5 that it doubled and the one that had the 10 that it doubled, well done, my good and faithful servant. What's the moral of the story here? Those of you on this line and that listen to this video, if you don't, we talked earlier, most of us know how to invest 2 out of our 3. We know how to be stewards over 2 out of 3 of the assets that we have. Most of us try hard. Some don't try as well, but we know we have to manage our money. If we're blessed, we give to those that are less fortunate. We tithe, we pay our taxes. We've got to take care of our money and be stewards over it. With our time, most of us have calendar apps, sticky notes, wall calendars, desk calendars, watch calendars, and we try to find that 25th hour in every day. But what I've been trying to teach you is that our business requires that you invest not just you don't need any money, $52. You can invest as much time as you want, but you must invest your relational capital. You cannot hide it. You cannot store it. You cannot keep it in the drawer, keep it on your Rolodex, keep it on your phone. You need to create a tool I'm going to show you in just a minute that we've talked about. You must invest that relational capital, or down the road when someone says, how's your business doing? Maybe your spouse comes back and say, how's your business doing? He says, doing great. I made my list, my memory jogger, and I buried it in a hole. None of those people have been exposed. They're safe. I have all my relational capital, all my resources. It'd be so risky. So I decided to put them in the hole and bury them. And I haven't called any of them. I've got the neighbors around us as customers, but I've protected my relational capital. and you're going to be called foolish. No one's going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You're going to be called foolish because you didn't take that resource and put it to work. You didn't plant it, you buried it. How many of you are willing to take your relational capital and plant it now instead of burying it? If you've never done a business like this, you don't understand that when you are given relationships, and I believe that God doesn't connect us with people for no reason. I'm not saying it's always for Juice Plus. Maybe you've gone through a tragedy or a crisis in your life, and that person is going through it, and God how many of you have gone through something, and all of a sudden you see people and you connect with people that are going through the same thing you're going through, and you just can see like, well, gosh, this is obvious. God put me through something, and now I'm going to help this person walk through it because I've been there, done that. If you denied that person the benefit of your experience, that would be kind of cruel, wouldn't it? In our business, if you don't expose what we're doing, everybody's not going to say yes, for sure. Some people think that it's abusive to use relationships for business, and I think it's abusive not to do it. When you find something that's valuable, like there are doctors in our business that say they feel like they're violating their Hippocratic oath if they don't share Juice Plus. Once they found out about the research and found out what all it did, the first statement of that Hippocratic oath is do no harm. And I know many physicians that would tell you if I didn't tell my patients about Juice Plus, I would feel like I was doing harm and violating my oath. Well, I didn't take an oath. Let me tell you something. There are people that I know that live their life. I watch them to create a paycheck, to make a living. And they have an amazing passion and purpose that God's given them. But by the time they sleep and eat and create their paycheck, they don't have a moment to pursue and make that life God crafted for them. That's where their joy is. So if these people on your list, this relational capital that you have, God's brought you in this business, if you believe that, and I do, for a reason and a season. And your job is to connect that relational capital with what you're doing and see which ones of them are going to come together with you, and you're going to make fireworks together because God put y'all together in each other's lives, and you're going to go build a business and do amazing things. And they're going to be one of your 5 people that's going to help you become a national marketing director, that you're going to in turn be able to help them build that business that creates residual income for them and their families. But let me tell you what, there are a lot of people that have that list that won't reach out and talk to those people. They bury it in the ground, and they're going to look down the road and say, well, I've got 20 customers. But yeah, you've got 20 customers. That's amazing. You've affected 20 people. They're flooding their body with fruits and vegetables. But you told me you wanted to build a business so you could stop trading hours for dollars, and you've put your greatest asset to do that in the ground in a hole. You got to stop. That's not cultivating relational capital. And if you want the scriptural reference, Luke says great gifts mean great responsibility. Greater gifts, greater responsibility. So when God gives you these resources like this relational capital, I like to say it like this: to much is given. When much is given, much is required. And you've got to be wise in investing that relational capital if you want your business to grow and to do the things that you can because of the connections and capital God's given you. Now, this is the last thing I want to show you before we dive into, I'm going to show you how. I believe that most of America has gone from being vibrant and functional to looking like this. I think they've plugged up the tool that God gave them. And maybe I quoted this, maybe I canned this, but I believe you got to stop using your thumbs and start using your lips. I believe that there's a decline in our entire society. When we decided we were going to build relationships, strengthen relationships, grow our relationships, when we decided we were going to do that from a text messaging app, instead of picking up the phone and calling somebody, instead of sitting at a coffee shop talking to them, instead of going to a live event where we can be with them and look in each other's eyes, have passion and communicate, it has destroyed the building of relationships, and we're living behind a curtain. If you want to go build your Juice Plus business, your thumbs can assist in sharing information, but your lips are going to build your relational capital and trust and start the process. I love my phone. I love my watch. I love talking to Siri and telling her to type in my phone and type in my watch. But you know what? That's not what's important for the relationships in my life. The relationships in my life, we play golf. We play pickleball. We spend time together. We travel together. We talk on the phone. We Zoom together. We talk on Voxer where our passion and our voice can connect. We don't hide behind Facebook Messenger and text messages trying to do life. It's not going to work. So stop using your thumbs and start using your lips. That's my new quote for the day. But here's what you really have to do in order to make this happen. This is beyond just end of the month stuff right now. If you want to make this business easier and you're going to make June month 1, we're going to have our call next week. But you'll be thinking about this and understanding. Maybe you're frustrated in why you're not where you need to be right now. Month 1, you're going to start having conversations with what? Your lips, not just your thumbs. You're going to start the process with your mouth. You can connect and use boards and use some amazing tools with your thumbs. But if you don't use your lips, you're going to fail. You are not going to be able to build a business and hide. It's not going to work. Not in our business. Month 1, you're going to start having these conversations. And think of that first month as the top of the funnel. Month 2, you're going to start the month with some of the conversations that you started the previous month. Now, what's going to happen when you go back to month 1, those conversations, some of those people are going to say yes, right? You're going to have customers or new partners. Some are going to say, no, leave me alone, or not right now. And some are going to say, I need more information. So you're going to start month 2 with some customers. You're going to start month 2 with some people that are in process you're following up with. You know, 80% of all sales occur on the 5th conversation or after. So this is proof of the pudding. Some are going to be told you no. Some are going to be customers or partners. Some are going to be in process. So you start month 2 with people in the pipeline. You're in much better shape than you were when you started month 1, right? Month 3, you've got people from month 1. You've continued to have those conversations in month 2. So you've got more customers, more partners, more no's, more people have told you no. But you have more people that are in the early stages in month 1. You have more people, or you have new people now that are in the stages of month 2. They're in that maybe 2nd or 3rd conversation. You go to month 3, now you've got people 3 levels deep into conversations. You go to month 4 and you've got people 4 levels deep into conversations. You've got way more customers, way more people in your business. But think about this. When you start month 5, look at what you're starting your month with. You're not starting your month with this. That was hard. That's the plow breaking through the crust. But if you'll do this consistently, 4 months from now, you're going to start your month and it's going to look like that. That's the number of conversations you'll have going on. Doesn't that help or make just huge sense? And that helps me so much. Okay, so that's what you need to be thinking of. That's what you're building. You're trying to get to a place where you start every month, not like this, where you feel like you have to get out the tiller and the plow every month. You want to get to a place where you start every month and your conversations in your business is moving in a way that you start the month with a lot of people you've already had 4 conversations with, and we know the principle that 80% close after the 5th conversation. And if you're starting the month with people that have already had 4 conversations, you're in hog heaven. That's a southern term for those of you up north. You're in hog heaven. You've made a commitment and you're seeing the fruits of it. Now, how do you do this? Well, I know I keep talking about the memory jogger. Makealife.com/memory jogger. We now have this on boards, and Hope or Trey. Hope, can you maybe put the link to the memory jogger board that Trey created? It's on our Make a Life board, and it's under Juice Plus Business Resources. There's a memory jogger section. All this is on boards now. But this is the way you take and get organized. Remember we talked about you could bury your relational capital in a hole or you could invest it. You have to see it and have access to it and make a tool to use it in order to invest it. Or if you don't make a list or you don't have a tool or you don't have a follow-up system, it's the same as burying it in a hole. Neglect, you don't necessarily have to put it in a hole. If you neglect it, it's the same thing, okay? Neglect of your relational capital is the same thing as burying it in a hole and safeguarding it and putting it to no use. So if you're not going to neglect it, you need to have a tool to gather your relational capital. There's videos on here that explain that, and there's a way to do that so you can share it with your upline, and you've got your 5 employees to help you, because this Google Sheet model lets you collaborate easily. Okay? Now some announcements coming up. If there are any major questions, put them in here, and if we don't answer them before we get off, me and Hope and Lori will come in here and answer these questions before or after the call's over. We'll answer them in the comments, okay? So I want you to be in a rhythm with us, and I like to see what's ahead so I don't miss stuff. I know you can listen to recordings, but if you want to go to makealife.com/coaching calendar, you can subscribe to all these things we're doing, all these trainings and events. And if you want to make sure you start your month well every month and you finish strong every month, and you want that accountability and say that you join us, whether you do it live or you listen to the replay, I don't care. I'd rather you be here live because I love seeing the comments. And but if you go to makealife.com/coaching calendar, we've paid for some software that will let you click and add that to your calendar so you'll get the reminders, okay? Our next call, we're going to kick off the month of June. And that if you look back on what I just showed you, that coaching calendar, it includes right here, June 7th. You see it? It's on there. So the June 7th call, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, right here, same time, same place, same back channel. We're going to talk about starting the month off. How do we navigate this season to make sure that we create the harvest we want to create? Kick off the month with some urgency. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to do that together in June. And then we're going to have some fun too in June. We're going to, we know that it's summer now. How many of you are already experiencing summer and you're ready to rock and roll with some summertime stuff? Well, we want to acknowledge that it's summertime. We want to have fun. We got family coming to the lake this weekend. So summer doesn't mean that we have to stop what we're doing. We don't have to stop our rhythms. I'm crooked on it. I need to straighten this thing out. Oops. Okay, here we go. I'm on video. I need to have a straight hat. Tried to do it quick. This is my hat from when I played golf in Ireland when it poured down raining on us. But I'm making it look like a beach hat right now. So we want to make sure that we take our rhythm into the summer, June, July, and August, and don't destroy it. We've got boot camps. We got Level Up coming in August, Blue Ridge Boot Camp coming up in June. But here's what we're going to do. Here is our plan. On June the 15th, this is going to be our special training for June. On June the 15th at 10:30 a.m., we're going to talk about beach bums to business builders. We're going to talk about how, and this is a quote, I think my mom created it, but I know she said it a lot, and that is, you don't go out. We're human beings that are trying to make a life. You don't go out and do Juice Plus. You know how you become effective at this business is you go out and do life and take Juice Plus with you. You don't go out and do Juice Plus. You go out and do life and take Juice Plus with you. So we want to talk about, we're going to be at the beach this summer. Boy, Perform smoothie with some raspberries stuck in a cooler, rolling it down to the beach on ice, pulling it out like a strawberry milkshake when you're hot. Doesn't that sound amazing as something you could do at the beach? What about, people make popsicles out of complete. There's all kind of stuff we can do. I mean, there's amazing stuff that we can do this summer because we're going to be around people having fun. And why not take your fun Juice Plus business with you wherever you are, whether you're in a suit or a bathing suit, whether you're wet or dry, whether you're in a recliner chair or you're driving a golf cart. The conversations you have can still happen. You can still maintain your rhythm while we have an amazing summer and have fun. So mark that on your calendar. It's actually on that calendar, makealife.com/coaching calendar. If you go there, you will see, I think it got updated. Did it get updated? Yeah, it's on there. Right there on the right-hand side, June 15th. So go on that calendar. It'll work. Level Up tickets are at a discount right now. Go to yourleveluptickets.com. We're working on some things. There won't be as many in August as there will be at Level Up in January. But there are going to be boot camps that are going to beam Level Up into the boot camp. Instead of having to bring in speakers, we get to focus on fun, food, fellowship, and community, and we'll just beam in Level Up. It's going to be a great resource. How many of you did Level Up this past January? It was awesome. And it's a $60,000 a day studio that we rent out so that we can create the best experience on Zoom for all of us. And you can get your tickets right there if you haven't gotten your tickets yet. And here's one more slide about that. The host tickets are $75 and the in-person tickets are $199. They're on sale right now. Okay? And what else do we have coming up? This is June 7th call. We talked about that. And let's see. Oh, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Charlotte. Just a heads up, no details yet, but Charlotte, Juice Plus Live is October 26th through 28th. You can go to juiceplusliveapp.com or go to the Juice Plus app on your phone. You can register. It's going to have the same format we had in Phoenix. It was awesome. We've already we're still 6 months away, 5 months away, and we've already sold more tickets than we had attend Phoenix. So business is actually booming, and the trends are crazy up. We have a new CEO coming July 1st. I can't wait to find out who he is and meet him. But I will tell you this, Sean Hopkins is working with him twice a week, and he is so excited about the youthful energy and vigor this person is going to bring to the table. They won't tell us anymore because there's a non-compete, a legal non-compete. But I'm so excited. Can't wait to meet him, and that's going to be awesome. And then we're going to do our worship gathering, formerly prayer breakfast in Charlotte on Friday morning. And just so you'll know, I believe that really God has called this event to be a part of restoring the family in America. And we have the founder of Cave Time. He was a men's ministry, but he does family camps all over the country. Jeff Voth. He speaks all over the country. He's amazing. He's going to come and talk to us about, yes, this business is a family business. We want to stop trading hours for dollars so our family can do blank. We can build the life we want to build, but we need strong families in our country. And so we're going to focus on restoring and strengthening the family at our worship gathering in the fall in Charlotte. More details to come, but I wanted you to save the date. That's our little save the date slide about that. Lots of events happening this summer. This is on the hub now. You can go see this schedule of events for the summer to find out where you can plug your people into. Make sure you join the Growers Guild Facebook group. In the past, we not only had to sell Tower Gardens, but we were doing a lot of the detail support stuff. Now there's a whole Facebook setup so that the company and the company's resources and the leadership can help support your new people that start their Tower Garden. So you got a Tower Garden, you sell a Tower Garden, put them in this Growers Guild, and they'll have all the support they need. And just go to Growers Guild on Facebook, and you can get in. Or if you want to hit that QR code, and this will be saved. And if Trey's on here, Trey could even post this image in the comments, and so the QR code stays there if you want to, okay? But we are just about done, guys. Thanks so much for joining us. It's going to be an amazing summer. Oh my gosh, it's so busy. There's so much stuff on the calendar. And Lori and I are so excited. We get to go train our brand new partner that we have in Soldotna, Alaska. It'll be my 50th state. I've been to 49. We're going to Alaska in July. We're going to do an event over there for her. And we're going to catch some salmon and bring it home for our family to eat and share. And we're super excited. But isn't it cool how you can go on an amazing trip and wherever you are, you can do this business? Because remember, key phrase for today, 2 things. You don't go out and do Juice Plus. You go out and do life and take Juice Plus with you. And second, stop using your thumbs and use your lips. We will see you on June the 7th. Have a great Memorial Day weekend with your family. Finish strong. You got a week to finish this thing. Don't let what you started slide through the cracks. Finish what you started. Be somebody who finished what you started. Roll up your sleeves. Use urgency to destroy procrastination. And let's make May an amazing month and have a great weekend with our family. See ya.